Let's start with the basic. Godot open source cross-platform 2D and 3D game engine.
After downloading the engine, access to the project manager appears. That's what it looks like. Shows the Godot version in use. Here it's v4.0.3.stable. It's important to know the version you're working on to ensure compatibility with others' projects and features. Language dropdown allows you to change the language of the interface, currently set to English N. To make the project manager more accessible to users of different languages, local projects, selected tab. This tab lists all your locally saved Godot projects. It's the default view where you manage, edit, and run your local projects. Asset Library Projects, other tab, provides access to projects or assets from the online asset library. Browse and import free or paid assets that can be used in your projects, like code, art, tools, etc. Search bar, filter projects, a field where you can type to search for a project by name. Useful when you have a large number of projects. Sort dropdown. Options to sort projects by criteria like last edited, name, etc. To arrange your projects in a way that best suits your workflow, making it easier to find recently edited or specific projects. Star. The last way to filter projects is to select your favorite projects by marking the project with a star. Then the project is always at the top of the list. Project cards. Each card represents a project with its name, folder location, and project icon. Help keep track of where the project is saved. New project, topmost button, opens a dialog to create a new Godot project. To start a new project by specifying the project name, location, and rendering backend. Import allows importing an existing project by locating its project.godot file. Useful when you need to add an external project or a previously removed one back into your project manager. Scan scans a directory for all Godot projects. To quickly locate all Godot projects in a given folder without needing to manually import them. Edit opens the selected project in the Godot editor for development to start editing your project. Or you can double-click on the project and editing will also open. Run runs the selected project without opening the editor to test the project directly, allowing for quick previews. Rename renames the selected project, allows you to organize and rename projects if needed. Remove removes the selected project from the list to declutter the project list without deleting the project files from the disk. Remove missing removes projects from the list that are no longer available on the disk, i.e., if they've been moved or deleted. To clean up the project list when the actual files are no longer present. About button, bottom right corner, opens the About dialog that contains information about Godot, including version details, credits, and links to documentation and the Godot community, to provide users with helpful resources and information about the engine. There is one small detail left. When you click on the folder icon, the folder with the project opens. After clicking the New Project button, the Create Project window opens. Project name. This is where you specify the name of your new project. The name you choose will represent your project and be displayed in the project manager. It will also be used to generate the folder name unless you manually choose a different path. Project path. The directory where your new project will be saved. This is the location on your hard drive where all of the project files will be stored. By default, it uses the project name in the specified directory, but you can change this manually if you want the files stored elsewhere. In order not to search for projects all over the computer, it is best to create one folder in which the project folders will be stored. Create folder creates a new folder for your project in the specified path if it doesn't already exist. To organize the project files neatly by creating a dedicated directory. Browse opens a file explorer to choose the directory where you want to save the project. Provides a more visual and easy way to navigate your file system to select or change the save location. Green checkmark indicates that the selected path is valid and ready for project creation. Renderer This section allows you to choose the rendering backend that Godot will use for your project. The renderer determines the performance, platform compatibility, and visual capabilities of your game. Forward Plus supports desktop platforms only. This renderer works exclusively on desktop platforms: Windows, Mac OS, Linux. It is not optimized for mobile or web platforms. Advanced 3D graphics available. Forward Plus provides high-quality 3D graphics, such as real-time reflections, global illumination, and advanced lighting systems, making it suitable for highly detailed 3D games. Can scale to large complex scenes. This renderer can efficiently handle large scenes with many objects, lights, and complex shaders. Uses rendering device backend. The rendering device is the engine's interface for communicating with the GPU. It provides low-level access to GPU functions, which allows for efficient rendering of complex scenes. Rendering device is essentially the engine system for managing how everything gets drawn in your game. It makes sure that all the visual components, models, textures, lighting, are sent to the GPU in the most efficient way, so your game runs smoothly while looking good. In more advanced cases, you can control how data is sent to the GPU, giving you greater control over how your game looks and performs, especially if you are developing graphically intense or large-scale games. Slower rendering of simple scenes. Although optimized for complex scenes, this mode may be overkill for basic scenes, causing slower performance due to the unnecessary overhead of advanced features. Mobile supports desktop plus mobile platforms. This renderer is designed to work across both desktop and mobile devices, making it a flexible choice for projects targeting both platforms. Less advanced 3D graphics. To accommodate mobile hardware, this renderer offers fewer advanced 3D features compared to Forward Plus, sacrificing some visual fidelity for better performance on low-power devices. Less scalable for complex scenes. Large, complex scenes may not perform well with this renderer, especially on mobile devices with limited GPU power. Uses rendering device backend. Like Forward Plus, this renderer uses the rendering device, but it is optimized for mobile GPUs, which are less powerful than desktop GPUs. Fast rendering of simple scenes. This renderer is optimized for fast performance in simpler, smaller 3D scenes, especially those commonly found in mobile games. Compatibility. Supports desktop, mobile plus web platforms. This renderer is highly compatible, working on desktop, mobile, and web platforms. It is the most flexible in terms of platform support. Least advanced 3D graphics. It offers the most basic 3D graphics, as it's still being developed and refined. It is intended for projects where high graphical detail is not necessary. Intended for low-end older devices. This mode is optimized for devices with limited hardware capabilities. Uses OpenGL 3 backend. OpenGL 3.3. EASE 3.0, WebGL 2. This renderer relies on OpenGL 3, an older but widely supported graphics API. OpenGL EASE 3.0 is a subset of OpenGL for embedded systems, and WebGL 2 is the version used for web browsers, ensuring compatibility across many platforms. OpenGL 3. Open Graphics Library is a cross-platform AI used for rendering 2D and 3D vector graphics. OpenGL 3.3 is an older version that is supported on many platforms, offering a good balance of performance and compatibility. OpenGL EASE 3.0, a variant of OpenGL for embedded systems, like mobile devices, designed to be lightweight and efficient while providing essential graphics features. WebGL 2, a web technology based on OpenGL EASE 3.0 that allows for rendering 3D graphics in web browsers without the need for plugins. Fastest rendering of simple scenes. With its focus on minimal graphical features, this renderer excels in rendering simple scenes quickly and efficiently, especially on lower-end hardware. Create and edit button. This button starts the project creation process and immediately opens the new project in the Godot editor for development. Cancel button cancels the creation of a new project and closes the window. If you decide not to create a new project or need to revise some details, you can close this dialog without making any changes.